A released AEW talent calls out Tony Khan. Plus, a Raw star will challenge for the NXT Championship. And a ruthless aggression era star was backstage at NXT. It's all in the wrestling news right now. What a way to find out that you have been let go from the company that you work for than by going onto their website.
News for you. I hate to do this on a morning news video, but
can I at least clear out
that's your P45 actually under there. It's not a news script. Right. Chavo Guerrero has found out that he's been fired in a pretty dodgy, not very nice way. Obviously, he made his debut last summer as the executive consultant, to Andrade, but then he was attacked and fired after like 2 months to write him off. He was going to film Young Rock, a particular favourite of mine. And then AEW fans just noticed that he's been taken off the roster page on the AEW official website, suggesting that he has indeed been let go. Chavo taking to Twitter saying, "That's news to me." Oh dear. I guess having at Tony Khan, he's atted the man himself, telling me to go film Young Rock Season 2 and my job will be waiting for me when I'm done. Didn't mean much. So he's found out via Twitter.
He's since deleted that tweet, I understand, and simply replaced it with, "That's news to me." So it's still news to him.
Yeah, well, good. At least he didn't find out via watching this video.
That'd be rough. We did on the Classic Nitro review. We've just gone past the week where Sabu was trying to get hold of Eric Bischoff to ask him about upcoming dates.
Oh, nice.
And then on Nitro, they say, go call the hotline to find out who's been let go from WCW, and Sabu rang the hotline where they say Sabu is no longer with WCW.
That's worse than FedEx, that, isn't it? That's not nice. Whoa.
But this is okay.
And it was on his wedding day.
It was my wedding day. It was like all chuckles aside. That's a really rubbish way to find out you've been.
Oh, it's a dick move by Tony. Massively so.
I'd like to think it's miscommunication and a little bit of a lack of communication.
He told him he had a job waiting for him, and then he's just found out. It seems pretty inexcusable as far as I'm concerned.
Looks to Ring of Honor. Now, Tony Khan making an announcement, some big announcements over the next couple of weeks. And
that's not like him.
I know, right? It's been a day since we had a major breaking announcement from AEW. Maybe one day the announcement will be there's no announcement. A speculation potentially that this announcement could involve Ring of Honor. This isn't written down here, but this is something that I've seen sort of chatted about.
Yes.
But we are going to talk Ring of Honor because Fightful are saying, I've given a few details about what their future holds. There are planned dates past April's Supercard of Honor, which will feature some familiar faces. Now, in terms of how they will run, it's kind of what we speculated end of last year when they're coming back as hiring freelancers rather than having contracted performers.
No contracted performers. Obviously, there are backstage staff which will be working for the company, but the people that you'll see on screen are not contracted to Ring of Honor, so expect to see them elsewhere.
Ring of Honor have reached out to some new faces since January. Some of those are being revealed this week. We know that Swerve is going to be part of Supercard of Honor. Shane Strickland will be there, and there'll be more to be announced. And again, they'll all be working on a freelance basis. Fightful got some word on Tuesday afternoon from people across multiple wrestling companies that there have been overtures regarding a possible sale or partnership, and we've got some details on some of the coinage, some of the old Spawn Juliks involved in buying Ring of Honor. In early 2020, there were claims that somebody had approached them to buy them out, and $40 million was a discussed price point. It's a nice set. Some saying that it's half that from another offer that was made. It was half of that. A person within ROH had indicated to Fightful, an independently wealthy fan that wasn't in the wrestling business, made an effort. It's going to be
Tony Khan again.
I was going to say, it's either Tony Khan or Faith No More guy. They'd reached out and were quoted $30 million for 50% of the company. It's a very casual numbers thrown around. Word had made its way through several wrestlers that Ring of Honor had been connected to. So word made its way through Ring of Honor about some of these offers, and a sale is still possibly on the table.
Right, okay.
They still are open to having a chat.
I think I don't know how to analyse those numbers.
Would you buy a wrestling company for $30 million or not?
I don't have 30 minutes. Yeah, I'd buy Ring of Honor. The tape library's got to be worth a little bit of money. You might be able to sell that to WWE later. They've got some rings. they don't have any wrestlers. Why not? Go on, we'll do it.
This is the thing that has been speculated, is that one of the announcements could be Tony Khan just buying the ROH tape library.
It's not a bad shout.
It's not a bad shout, is it? Do you reckon he'll get all the VHSs?
Oh, yes, please.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Like, if he's going to launch his own on-demand service, which you've got to imagine that they're not going to be on Fight Forever, then to add value to that, having the Ring of Honor tape library, where, like, you know, a lot of the stars of Ring of Honor, especially during its glory days, some of them are still wrestling, some of them are in AEW right now, then that's got to be a pretty tempting prospect. I don't know if it's worth 20 million, 30 million, 60 million. Not a clue. Not a clue. Tony can make that choice. It's definitely him.
Wrestling's made me really Pavlovian, because you said they're not going to be on Fight Forever, and my instinct was to go, Fight Forever.
They're not going to be on FITE.tv forever.
Next week, NXT presents Roadblock, everyone's favourite Robot Wars character, and Bron Breakker.
Character. Robot. No, he was a character. He had a lot of personality about him, did Roadblock.
Was a right character. Bron Breakker is going to be defending the NXT Championship in front of Craig Charles against Raw star Dolph Ziggler.
No, it's NXT. It's a big throwback. It's Clarkson on this one.
Of course it is. Dolph Ziggler from Raw getting a shot at the NXT title next week in a triple threat match that also now includes Tommaso Ciampa.
Who's taking the pin there? Ziggler? Ciampa?
I think Ciampa.
I think this is going to be a way to further the Dirty Dogs and Ciampa stuff and Finn stuff a little bit more, rather than a proper title match. Bron's not dropping it here anyway.
I thought that we would get Breakker and Ziggler as the main event of Stand and Deliver, that NXT matinee, the Saturday matinee that we're doing. I thought they'd go with that. Maybe they're going to jazz it up and do it as a gimmick match.
Yeah, perhaps.
Down the way. Roadblock is an NXT takeover, an NXT special next Tuesday that will also feature Imperium defending the NXT tag titles against the Creed brothers, and a last man standing match, LA Knight versus Grayson Waller.
I like that a lot. I think it's the Creed's time as well. They're said to be super hot. Like, one report suggested that the Creed brothers are considered future WrestleMania main eventers. Seriously?
What? Really?
I made it up. No, that is true.
That's incredible
I'm
news.
pretty sure it was Fightful, perhaps. Sorry if I got that wrong. But yeah, it was a pretty reputable source saying that they're super, super hot on them. So it wouldn't surprise me to see them pick up the gold there.
Tommaso Ciampa could be a future Raw star. We saw him competing on Raw. He had brand new music as well, and everybody went, "We don't like change."
I thought it was all right.
It's all right, isn't it? It's fine.
I didn't like his original music that much anyway.
People got annoyed when he got new music because he used to come out to no music.
I got annoyed when he got new music because I love it when they do the whole coming out to no music thing. They did it very effectively. Effectively. With Vladimir Kozlov, and it was super imposing. It really, really worked, and it really worked with Ciampa.
Echoed around the arena when Vladimir Kozlov came out. That was great added effect as well.
Pumping in the silence. It's all right, don't worry.
We pump in the ambivalence to this crowd. Ciampa spoke about his new theme music on the socials, saying that the words "fight to survive" as part of the music, as opposed to "no one will survive," resonates with him on a deeper level now. He says, "The pandemic swept the nation. To be quite honest, the current state of things, I'd rather spread a message like 'fight to survive' rather than 'no one will survive.' I sure as heck would rather teach my daughter that lesson." He also gave some love to the charity that he supports, Give Kids the World Village, which is a non-profit resort in Kissimmee, Florida. They do week-long, cost-free family wish vacations for critically ill children, which is a really lovely thing they do. And Ciampa's a big advocate for that, so I'm glad they got some love from Tommaso Ciampa on that one.
Yeah, that's nice. So now you know the reason behind it. You can't complain animore.
You absolutely can't.
So cut it out. Bring back silence.
Bring back a star from the Ruthless Aggression era. Finalement.
This is a big one. Sorry.
Just look at me. And I sighed to see Rob Conway was on NXT. He was backstage at NXT last night working as a producer.
Yep.
PW Insider reporting that Conway was there. Now, we don't know whether he's got a full-time contract, whether it was a trial, whether he was filling in, but he was certainly there offering his guidance to the next generation of wrestlers.
There you go.
On NXT level.
Rob Conway.
Rob Conway.
Isn't that awesome?
I low-key enjoyed when Rob Conway was getting beaten up by legends every week on Raw.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
No.
That was a thing that happened.
I genuinely don't remember that.
It was pre-Heath Slater. Rob Conway did a thing.
Is that right?
Sure he did.
See,
Tell me if I'm wrong. I might be getting...
Charlie Haas, where you used to dress up. I don't remember that.
Charlie Haas?
This will be me being wrong. Don't doubt yourself. My memory's like a sieve.
Rob Conway,
Let's just talk about the theme music for 5 minutes. I bloody love Randy Newman.
No, it's very Randy Newman.
It's very Randy Newman.
He was obviously part of La Resistance. Mm-hmm. Talking of La Resistance.
Plug.
Rene Dupree on Desert Island Graps later today on the podcast feed. I have a chat with Rene Dupree all about his dog. We talk all about Taz shouting French tickler at him. Mm-hmm. We talk about his work in pro wrestling Noah, and we talk
about Rob Conway.
We don't talk about Rob Conway. I didn't predict Rob Conway would come up.
Get Rob Conway next.
It's fortuitous happenstance. You know what? If he's free, we'll have a chat. And also, Rene Dupree scolds me for being late to the interview.
Were you?
Yeah.
You're never late.
I was 5 minutes late for the interview. I know why, because I went to the loo before we started. And I went, I'm going to go to the loo before we start. Had I not...
You shouldn't wash your hands.
I didn't.
Are we done, Tom?
Don't tell Rob. Desert Island Graps with Rene Dupree later today on the podcast feed. And more news throughout the day at cultaholic.com. Stay safe. Love you. Bye.